Hey guys, we're just making sure we're live, waiting for a commercial. Yeah, everybody gets different commercials, so some people might have to wait a little longer than others.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like I got a commercial. Okay.
Oh, I thought I don't have it up on my iPad. Oh, I'm blinking a lot.
Oh, I got a double commercial. I just want to make sure we can.
That's what I was just meaning. You know, sometimes you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear it. We're good. We're good.
Okay. Hey friends, happy Wednesday, Friends Day. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm working on an old rusty truck, but before I jump into that, Emily's here with me today.
Hello.
I was gonna say tonight, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like tonight. This is a 16 by 20 inch canvas from Michaels. I love their 70% off coupons. I always get the thick ones so I can tighten them up. I have a video I show you how to tighten up a canvas. Oh, gallery wrapped and splined. I've showed you guys that so much.
You can see the little rubber gasket.
Yeah, a lot of times I say that too. The reference photo is linked in this video's description. There will be a full video. I videoed it from the beginning. We're just going to paint this section live tonight. Do you want to scoot in, Em, and then I'll talk a little bit about the colors?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to go for a ride.
Yay, go for a ride. I can turn my lights up too if we need to.
I'm probably going to lower it too.
Yeah, I lowered the actual legs so that you'd have more.
I saw that.
More up and down room.
Mm-hmm.
That's a technical thing, up and down room.
What are you working on today?
A rusty old truck.
No, like where?
Oh, right here, probably. Oh, I don't know if I'll go all the way down. So here, I'll put my.
Okay.
Does that help?
I believe so.
So headlight to headlight.
Headlight to headlight. Okay. Okay.
I'm like, it's a
good.
truck, Em. It's like this.
It goes vroom vroom. You drive. It has a little wheel.
Like, oh wait, that's not what you're asking. Titanium white, yellow oxide, red oxide, and Mars black. Oh, Mars black. There's one more. Phthalo blue green shade. So the sky is phthalo. Well, first I painted it all yellow oxide and some white, and I didn't worry about. I think you can see. Yeah, I didn't worry about if I got white streaks or anything like that. I just wanted to get some paint down and some warm color down. And the sky is phthalo blue green shade, a little bit of black and some white. So there's a couple versions of it. What else? The grass, I just made the green. Oh, it's pretty much dried up. A little bit of phthalo blue green shade, quite a bit of yellow oxide to make the grass color. Very simple. There's a bush in the reference photo. I didn't want to put in all that detail. I want this. So I'm hoping this is almost on a third of my canvas. So I want this to be the star of my show, but the thing is that ovals and circles are bullseyes. And I've got a big wheel down here. Oh yeah, you can see that too. I'm a little worried about this being strong because it's got these black squished circles because it's flat. I'm worried that's going to cause too much attention, but this draws a lot of attention with all the black stripes, so I think we'll be okay. And I'm also overthinking it because I'm zoomed in. It's almost like our old rusty truck portrait. You know, I don't really need to worry about the layout so much. I'm sure I'm overthinking it. But just FYI, I tried to put that on a third. What else? I'm using a variety of brushes. A 3/4 inch flat craft brush for the sky from Michaels. This is a 1/2 inch flat brush from Michaels. It came in a pack. It's their Artist Loft line. I've got a filbert I've been using mostly just to clean up things when I have an issue. And then some little round brushes. Number 4 Select from Princeton, a little 1/8 inch filbert. Gosh, I don't know what that was. The paint's off of it. It's probably Zooting since the paint's all off of it. And then a little liner brush from Royal and Langnickel. It's a 0. So hopefully you could see all those. Okay, I think that was a pretty quick set the table, Emily.
Yeah.
Oh, thought of one thing. I used my photo as a traceable and just printed it out 16 by 20, scribbled on the back of it with chalk pastel. I've been getting that question in the comments more. And then some of this I put in just so I wouldn't lose, like I'm finding my puzzle pieces. I found my corners, just like in a puzzle, and some of my edges. And like I put in this black area so I wouldn't lose that. So that's basically what I'm thinking, and I'm kind of working my way in. All right, I'm definitely done now.
Okay.
I lied before.
Let's see here. Okay, so tonight, so far in the chat, we have Cindy, Gravy, Leanne, Debbie, Suzanne, and Janet.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming.
And Janet says that it's her first time catching you live due to the time difference in the UK here. It's got to be late.
It's midnight.
Oh, yeah.
I bet it's midnight or around then.
It's got to be.
Go to bed.
But this is what's going to put her to sleep.
Well, I'll try to be calm. I already feel better.
Yeah.
Actually, I was just complaining to Emily because I was cranky about life things happening. Fix it, can't get fix it things done. Nothing major, just cranky. And Emily, I actually already feel better.
Good.
My besties are here. But yeah, that's really late. Don't worry about making the lives. I'm just taking a kneaded eraser. Oh, and I don't know if you can see it. Oh, yeah, you can. I wrote the word rusty on the bent license plate. So I don't know if we'll get that far tonight.
Yeah, I like the rusty.
That'll be the title.
It's kind of like, you can't pull that one off the wall or whatever, but it's kind of like you have SNO-1 as the license plate of the winter truck from years and years and years ago.
I might be able to get that off the wall. Should I try?
Nah, maybe at the break or whatever. But I just think it's cute that you did rusty for the plate.
Yeah. This is my first truck ever. Well, no, second truck, if you count that red pickup truck with the snowman driving. Mm-hmm. It's my first rusty truck. Mm-hmm. But that's really, to me, that's not that big of a thing, because after a while, you're, like I'm painting, I don't know if you can see it, but these are quite wiggly and wonky, but it's okay. That's one thing nice about an old rusty truck is you don't have to get them even.
Mm-hmm. They naturally warp.
Yeah, no one's going to know, unless they compare it to the photo, but they're not going to have the photo.
Yeah.
This isn't really lightening my chalk pastel.
Earlier, Cindy said, you look so bright, must be the new lights.
Oh, well, they're over the painting.
Yeah, but I do notice that, it looks way more, some of the, we've had certain colors blow out, but I think overall, it looks very much how it looks in real life. Color-wise, when I look at the I guess I'm looking at two Mac computers or whatever, yours versus mine. But they look very much, the color, what am I saying? The what it looks like in real life is what it seems to look like on stream a lot better now.
Oh, it looks more yellow to me.
Oh, it does to you?
Uh-huh. It does.
Oh, maybe it does.
Well, it's okay. Every monitor, everything is going to make it. My phone makes it different than if we videoed with something else,
True.
Sorry, Emma's all excited about the lights. I like the lights because it brightens it up, and I'm hoping it's a little bit better for videoing. So I already got... So it might have been a mistake to paint this black first, but I didn't want to lose him. But then sometimes I have to come back with just a clean, wet brush and wash off. Or put the black line back in. Either way works.
Jana said, yep, it's midnight, but can't sleep. A bonus to keep your company.
Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice.
And Debbie earlier said, did I say Debbie in the lineup of who?
I don't know. Hey, Deb.
If I skipped over you,
Or maybe
Debbie,
she doesn't
I'm
like that.
sorry.
Hey, Debbie.
Yeah, she might be just a Debbie.
She might, yeah. My bad.
Don't be giving nicknames out. Although Chase is notorious for giving nicknames out to people that don't want them.
Call him Chase Man.
Yeah. Debbie says, I shared this to my Facebook just now.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice. That helps a ton. So that isn't changing the color much. I might kind of move on.
Oh, yeah.
So painting rust, I didn't follow the reference photo exactly. It's just kind of rusty blobs. And it was the last layer I put on. And I can't figure out, I think this truck was actually blue. Oh, here, I should show you the reference photo. My head might get in the, I don't want my big head to scare anybody. So there's the reference photo. I can't remember where it's from, but it's linked in this video's description. There's a little bit of, hang on, it won't. Oh, and it popped closed. We'll go to my crop. This is my cropped version. There's blue on it. Hopefully you're not getting too much glare. I'll kind of move it slowly. So I I think it was a blue truck, but the underpainting was maybe white. And then there's rust all over on top. I'm not totally sure though, because there's a lot of white.
Yeah.
And there's only a little blue, like there's a little bit of blue up underneath the headlights. I don't know if you can see that. That's a sky reflection right there, but that's blue. And it doesn't really matter what order you paint it in, other than I think it might be easier to paint the rust last.
Yeah.
So it is on top, looks on top. But really, it wouldn't be. It's kind of eating away. I mean, I can overthink the rust too.
Yeah.
It's eating away the metal. So actually, it's the last layer because the paint's not protecting it. That just probably confused the heck out of everybody. So I'm taking this putty color I mixed. So I made a rusty brown with quite a bit of yellow oxide, some red oxide, and some black. And then I just made a putty color from that. I'm going to just get some paint in. But the putty color doesn't show up that much on the yellow, I don't think. I put in a little dark line on the bottom of the headlight, so remember that I want to put more in there. There's some junk underneath there. Oh, here, we could do this. This line's pretty rusty. I probably should start on the even further on the left. I was thinking the other day, Emily, that some people paint new cars, and I'm going to slide into a little side thought here, is I don't know how that stuff's trademarked and copyrighted, and I'm sure this one is too. I'm a little nervous about it. But like, you got to get it all sleek and straight. But this one, I really don't.
No, yeah.
It's like painting a
Probably
flower.
got dents and...
Yeah, it's like painting a flower. It doesn't matter if I'm off, because, you know, I'm a little worried about this tire because it's got a bulge and it's hanging over.
Well, it's flat on the bottom in the full photo.
Yeah, but you don't see it with the crop. I'm hoping it'll make sense when I'm done with it.
Cindy asked, so Annie, is this your first old truck painting? Looks like a fun one to paint.
I was going to say it was, but then Emily just pointed out a minute ago that I painted a little red truck. Here, I'll grab it. It's my first old one.
Yeah.
Can I get this off?
And I mean, was that palette knife?
I did. I was crazy.
Yeah, so that's a long time ago.
Gotta love the poster tack.
Oh, I figured it was up with like a command strip.
It's got poster tack. So this is an old truck, which I was into palette knife painting in the beginning. Isn't that crazy? I did use a brush for the letters, and I might have used a little brush in here. I can't remember anymore. But so this was my first and only truck, and now this is my second. I do a lot of flowers and animals, and if something sells, then I do more of that.
I might push it just a little bit.
Are we too far away?
No, but
I'm gonna take some of this cream color. Go ahead.
it'll give you space to zoom in a little, or lean in, but we don't get half of your head.
Oh, you're getting my head?
Just a little bit.
Oh. Hopefully that side was combed.
Oh, it's just like literally like this chunk of your glasses right here.
Oh, that's a little annoying. Yeah. That's not showing, so I'm going to grab, I think I'll grab some of this brown. There's some blue in there, but I think we'll do this.
Cindy says, love that one too.
Isn't that cute? I don't hang on to too many things, but I'm like, okay, and that, I don't know how long after that where I went, I might as well stop palette knife painting because I'm getting so real with it. I was doing it to help keep myself more loose because for some reason I thought I wanted to do that. And I'm like, it'd be quicker with a brush.
Mm-hmm.
I was palette knife painting pet portraits. I'm getting looser just with practice and time though, which is interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think I would agree with that.
But I think that might be more normal, if there's such a thing as normal in art. A more typical path might be better. I'm really choked up. It's because I'm so close. Choked up meaning I was really close. I had my hand really close to the end of the brush.
Not emotionally.
No. All the white shows.
I meant to ask you before, but are we allowed to? Am I allowed to give a synopsis of the?
You're gonna ask me live?
Yeah.
So I think the answer is yes, no matter what it is.
Well, we could just be like, no. I just like the that you were tracked down for the flag or whatever.
Oh, sure. I told them that they could come to the live and wave hello if they wanted to.
Oh.
That we
okay.
had a handful of really nice people that come, but I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know them.
So one of your flags in Lowe's, that was in Lowe's, it has like a sheepdog or something on it. It's a sheepdog?
It was, yeah, it really is supposed to be a generic dog, but it was kind of a sheepdog.
Yeah, it does give sheepdog.
It would have been probably January of 2021.
Yeah. A comment popped up on a video that's like 2 years old or something.
It was the giveaway.
The giveaway for it?
Yeah, she was searching. She did a Google search for the image.
And it was this long comment about how that they've been looking basically everywhere for this garden flag. They like walk their neighborhood, their neighbor has it kind of thing. And they finally, like, the neighbor was finally outside. So she like asked them about the flag. And then they found your name, itty bitty, on the flag. And then she's been down a million rabbit holes trying to find the flag, buy the flag for a friend that would love the flag. And somehow among those rabbit holes left this long comment on the giveaway video for that Lowe's flag.
Mm-hmm. I happen to see it. Sometimes I don't see those things.
And I remember I called you and you're like, guess what comment I just got, and then you're like, and guess what I still have, and it's like if you hold up the wrapped up flag.
Yeah, I still have it, a brand new flag in its packaging.
Yeah, because it's like sold out everywhere or whatever, and I assume we bought a couple just because you keep one pretty to keep or whatever.
Yeah, like
as a memento.
I'm a backup person.
Yes. But also like a memento or whatever.
Yeah. And
then you're like, but I think I gotta give it to her because like I mean. I wonder how long that comment was. I wonder how many, like, vendors or, like, how far she had to go to track down to... Because, like, I guess the image search would maybe pull it up, but I don't imagine Google image search being that awesome that it, like, pulled from the video.
I don't know. When I said image search, I don't actually know. But since it pulled up that video, I kind of wonder.
Yeah, but I mean, like, and to be able to Google it, like, that well... I guess, like, you would pop up, but then to find the giveaway of the video, I was like, dang, that's some effort. But it was so cool.
It was cute.
She hunted you down.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it. It's going to ship out tomorrow to her.
But then that gets me thinking, like, because, I mean, obviously we've gone and seen your flags, the few that have been at Lowe's or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's not like I've seen anyone flying the flag, like, in their little front yard on their garden hanger thing,
Yeah, just me.
Yeah, so it's, like, weird to think about. Someone has, like, your art on a flag. I mean, obviously someone does, because Lowe's sold it, whatever. But, like, it's still weird to, like, someone wanted your flag so bad they tracked you down.
Yeah,
I thought it was sweet.
Well, I think there was a sheepdog story in there, too.
Yes. Maybe. Oh, yeah, yes. Her friend... loves sheepdogs.
Yeah.
And wanted to give it to her, and it's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I was starting to type a response saying, "Oh, it's been out of stock for a long time. Lowe's sold it."
Mm-hmm.
She was just wondering if it was any place else that she could buy it. And I'm like, you know what? I think I might have one. Which I'm glad I did before I responded to her with a, "You're out of luck." Yeah, that was fun. I'm just glad I saw it. A lot of times I don't. Especially, I would on an old post like that, I just would have thought I missed it or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of painting blobs and the shapes I see and the values. Oh, this has a curve up. I should actually maybe. Except for I want gray there, maybe.
Ooh, Debbie says, I was gifted a box of large canvases, various sizes, and might try to start a large painting this weekend. Ooh, what are you going to paint?
Yeah.
Do you have any idea?
kind of like, I don't know, I like bouncing in between the two. The little ornaments are actually kind of hard if I do a lot of those videos.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they just get too small
Yeah.
to make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't help anybody, but a lot of little brushwork. Oh, I just heard my doorbell.
I bet it's your printer.
Maybe you should go
There's
get it
just
since they
one-
rang the doorbell.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
I just got a new printer, you guys.
I have to take my mic
Oh,
off.
yep, I hear the truck.
Yeah, I'll go get it. Let's see.
Check the chat first.
I'll grab it.
Oh, thanks,
How am I
hon.
gonna clip the mic? This is the struggle I always go through, is where to clip the mic.
Freckles went somewhere. She was wanting love before the live.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
I
wearing my headphones, so if you talk trash about me, I'll hear it.
thanks for warning me, because I would talk about you while you leave. We should still talk trash about her, you guys. But I don't have the chat up, so I can't see you. I don't like anything I'm doing here, but it'll get there. Sometimes I work on it, and then I stop and come back to it. I'm trying not to use white. My sun, my light, let's talk about that for a second. Where's my sun? I ordered some new suns. I need to get tape on the back of this one. They're just stickers in the merch shop. They're below the regular videos. They don't show them below the lives, or there's a shop tab on YouTube. Anyway, so here, maybe I'll show you the reference photo. That might make more sense. The light's coming from, is my finger in here? From over here, so front and top. So it's a little hard to stick my sun in the right spot, because it's, you know, coming. Does that make sense, you guys? I hope it does. It's coming from the front, top right. And so I want to save the white for up here. Oh, thank you, thank you.
It's really light.
Oh, good. It's supposed to have eco-friendly cartridges.
I was just about to say that, and I've heard that it's nice that it's eco-friendly, but also I think
Or better, you know.
yeah, and I've seen people, Chase gave $4.99 in the little chat with his goat emoji.
Oh, Chase man, thank you for spoiling me every week. You're the best. You're keeping this channel alive. Thank you, thank you.
But yes, those I think you also get better bang for your buck, because sometimes you could get like a whole thing of, I've seen somebody, like a YouTuber I watched has that kind of printer and prints from a similar printer like that, and I don't know if it was like some sale she cashed in on, and she got like a crap ton of ink, and then it ends up being like half the price or something.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Mm-hmm.
My printer is 8 years old, and it's still limping along. We still can get it to print well if we go through all the motions, or print decently. You know, well enough to get a postage label, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like, I think I have a little bit of money, I should get it, because my computer's 4 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, technology, I don't trust technology to live. Oh, that's too fat. So part of my problem here tonight is I'm painting off to my left. I'm having a hard time. Sometimes I have a hard time making that work. One of these days we'll have, well, maybe not days, one of these years, we'll have other camera equipment or something. Or maybe we'll only do one permanent setup or something.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know, that'll kind of bum me. I like bouncing around.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be, if we only have the two, it wouldn't be hard to switch between, you know.
I don't know.
It's just like I would come earlier to help swap it out or something. Or a day before to move it that night, or I don't know, you know.
Instead of setting it up 10 minutes before we go live.
Yeah. Oh, Janet says, is it me or has the video gone out of focus since showing the red truck, which was a while ago, but it looks fine on my end.
Yeah, hit refresh.
Yeah, it might have been a weird, wonky, maybe your internet's buffered a bit and then it dropped you.
I mean, it could be us, but we don't see it.
Yeah.
If it is us,
and if it doesn't work for refresh, sometimes the gear, it'll auto bump you down to a different quality. So under the gear, there's quality.
That happens to me when I'm watching other YouTubers. So I just painted that shape. It's like an arch or a C or a parenthesis or, and then this little triangle shape. And then I'm going to put in, I'm putting in some details, but as well as I'm here, I dropped down to a little 1/8" filbert. You could do any brush you're comfortable with. I just grabbed it because it was clean. Hopefully I didn't just bump my phone.
You technically have 4 minutes in our normal.
Holy buckets. Batman. That went fast. I needed to paint today, Emily. I feel so much better.
Good, good.
I was saying that too. Like, I think if I just painted, I'd calm down.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you slow down. Makes me slow down. Can help me calm down. Because I got to focus on, okay, what shape is that? What value am I aiming for? Even if I don't get it quite right. Mm-hmm. What brush?
Tinker says hers is focused.
Oh, thanks, Tinker. Appreciate the feedback.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tinker.
Yeah.
I always, whenever I see her or hear her, I'm like, oh, she's so busy.
She's so busy. Yeah. Yeah. Do you miss those? Well, and she has more kids than you had. And Jack and I are probably farther apart than hers. So.
You guys are 4.5 years apart?
Yeah. So. You never. I was going to say, do you miss those days? But I don't even know if you ever felt Tinker's days.
Maybe for 6 months when you were a newborn and Jack hadn't started kindergarten yet.
Yeah.
It's still busy. Like, you wanted to go outside, but you weren't old enough. But your big brother could. I mean, you know.
I remember that, you know?
Or you didn't. I mean, you're okay if I told you where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, every kid's different.
Yeah. I miss the days when you told me how long you were going to be gone based on how many cartoons it would take me to watch for you to come home.
That sounds like I left you at 3.
Well, no. Well, I mean, I remember getting that in this house, so it'd be like 5, you know? It's not like you can really, I mean, maybe now they teach kids how to tell time at 5, but like all the school clocks I had were still analog until like, I don't know, and I remember learning how to read a clock in like 1st or 2nd grade.
I left you that young?
Well, yeah, like, you know, you'd be like, okay, I'm going to go to going to the store, or I don't know. I'm going somewhere and I'll be back in 3 Powerpuff Girls shows.
Maybe Jack was here, because that'd be too long.
Oh, but even if like Dad was home, I would still be like, how long are you coming back? How long till you come back?
I'm picturing you like home alone. I'm like, I don't think so.
No.
Oh no, it was more like you just wanted to know.
Yeah, like somewhere I couldn't go or something, but Jack was home and.
Good, I sound less like a bad parent.
I was like Matilda, like the Matilda movie where I'm like 5 or 4 and baking myself pancakes home alone.
Well, I did teach you kids things, but that's scaring me a little bit when you were saying that. I need to zoom in on that. Freckles is like right there. It's okay. Yeah. She's not. I'm making my. Oh well, don't do that. I am bad with my iPad. I'm bad with most technology though.
It's hard.
I think it's my nails.
I think it is too, because your nail hits it first.
I hear it clicking.
Yeah.
Probably got the side, very close up to the side of my head there. Hopefully I didn't scare anybody. All right, we need to make some progress here. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, she's going to jump up in the other chair, which is...
She does it just fine. I think it's because there's more room, you know, in the back end, so there's less, like, worry if she catapults herself.
Maybe.
You know?
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, maybe will. I'm going to soften the line right here so I don't have such a strong line. They call that closure. Your eye'll complete it.
Ooh, fancy.
That's a good trick. I don't know if trick's the right word, but... Nope, I got some crud in my sky that I didn't see before. I don't know if I can still wash it out. I think it was when I was washing the other stuff. I can wake it up. So that begs the question, how long before acrylic paint is cured and can't be woke? You can't wake it back up? I don't know. I always say like a week.
Dang, that's a long time.
But I don't know that that's true, especially not in the winter in Nebraska, because I'll put a gel gloss layer on it the next day, and it hasn't even been 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll varnish that the next day and not have any problems. So I don't know that that's true. I've just heard other artists say that. Oh, I need a different brush. I can't quite get in there. Okay, let's make some a little bit bigger progress, and I'll thank a couple people.
Okay, I was gonna say it's 30 on the dot.
Or I can make bigger progress. Or I mean, I could thank them now.
No, it's up to you.
Oh, I just feel like I haven't done much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't even. I mean, I would think obviously the printer would have been fine on your porch, but I find it interesting that they, like, more often now they're just shipping it straight in said box. Like, it's just sitting on your porch, and it says like Epson printer on the outside of the box.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably sturdy enough, but yeah, it says what it is.
Yeah, because I mean they ship it on a truck like that, so it's fine. But
yeah,
I'm just like, dang, if that had to sit on your porch all day or something, and
I know. Well, I was gonna go get it at Best Buy to give them some business, but if I ordered at Best Buy, I was gonna take an extra 10 days than Amazon. Because I love Amazon, but I also want to keep other businesses going.
Yeah, so you can go to a Best Buy last minute when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I like that color, but I don't know if you can see it. Oh, you can kind of see it. Okay. I was a little worried that it's too close to the yellow oxide. I might leave some yellow in here. I don't know. Is that getting too fancy? I can always paint it out. Oops. I love my finger wipes for cleaning things up. I don't think that orange doesn't match the reference photo at all, but I don't know if I mind it. It needs maybe needs a little more detail.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
I like it too.
Although it's lighter than it really needs to be in the shadow if I get more particular about... Oops, I've got water running there. I'm using the rustier red. So I have the red oxide is rusty, and I made a rustier version with a little more brown in it. This side is so rusted, I think I'm going to paint it red oxide and come back with blue and off-white speckles. I put this line in just so I wouldn't lose it. This brown line in that I'm painting up against. I don't know. You'll develop things that help you. I didn't want to lose the structure. Grab a little orange. I'm going to grab a little of that, my really light yellowy. Oops. Okay, that'll remind me. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I'm just rinsing out my brush. I try to wipe most of my paint off on a paper towel. I feel bad for the people. I repeat myself for the videos because I get new people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I end up repeating myself during the lives. Like, sorry guys.
Just a broken record.
I am very much a broken record.
And that's your old eyeglass mister.
Oh, now she's making fun of me, you guys.
I turned my volume up when I left just in case. I heard a little something about me.
We talked about, well, we didn't.
No,
I
you just
said
mentioned
we
like
should.
that, yeah, and then you was like, oh, and then you're like, oh, I don't have the chat open.
I just want to take a quick second to thank Margaret L., Brenda B., and Dorothy R. Thank you so much for sending money. That's an art hug. Thank you so much for sending money to support the channel. Super appreciate it. Super, super appreciate it. Okay. So didn't mention it, but I've been using that. I don't know. Yeah, that's a 1/2 inch flat brush. It's close. Is this? Oh, that's kind of wet still. I'm going to take some red oxide maybe. So this, in theory, should be darker down here, and I have it lighter. I'm going to darken this up a little bit. I might kind of dirty it up too later. This took, did I already say that? It took me forever to do. And then I came back and widened up the black lines, which I like a little better. Mostly because I didn't know how I wanted to do it. Yeah, that's going to need. So these started out like this, where it's more simple. And you don't have to go this far. I haven't said that in a while. I want to paint this white when I look at the reference photo, but white's up here. So I keep telling myself, don't. Just keep using the beige. You can always work up to the white. Brush stroke direction could help you a little, but it's not quite so important on a truck. Do you think that's true, or do you think I'm just making up stuff here?
Oh yeah, like if you like around that what would that piece be called above the tire?
The fender?
The fender. Yeah. If you brush that in the direction it goes, it would help you feel like it's curved.
Oh, so I was just saying it wasn't as important.
Well, yeah, but I generally overall I don't really think it's gonna matter in the rust and all that jazz, you know.
That's true. Here, I'm gonna do this. Oh, it's not light enough. Grab a little white. There's even a shape in the reference photo, and it'll help shape. It will, brush stroke direction will help. Maybe it's more important than I realize on a truck. I feel like this is gonna, well, I don't know if it's because I don't do it as much. I feel like this one's gonna take me longer than some.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've painted that little itty bitty truck before, but this is like your first real truck, you know?
Well, it's got so much detail. I'm having a little bit of a hard time not wanting to zoom in and go right for the detail. If I use a bigger brush, that'll help me, but a lot of times I go back to my little comfort zone. This isn't a very big brush. As I say, my comfort zone is clearly smaller.
Yeah, a number 1.
Pencil size.
Is your comfort.
Get in there and draw it. And I've said this probably, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes well, I was just listening to an artist today who I love. I don't know her personally or anything, but fantastic oil painter. And she's like, hold your brush back here. We're not drawing. And she's not wrong. But I'm like, if you like realism and you like being tight, then do that. The looseness is just coming with all this practice. And I'm only a little looser.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's part of, yes, correct. Like, that is how you would properly paint, like, if you were teaching someone. But also, like, your little flavor or painting font is very, like, choked up on the brush. So if everyone holds the paintbrush back far, everyone's is probably going to look the same-ish.
Yeah, my point was I don't think loose is the be-all, end-all. That's not what you want to do.
Well, yeah. But, like, I don't think it's bad that you want to hold it up close. That's your style and your vibe.
I did, in the beginning when I was doing the palette knife painting, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny how tight I got with it.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was kind of bad. I'm like, no, it's not. Art is supposed to be whatever the heck you want to do. In my book. I should preference everything I say with, in my opinion. I probably shouldn't put this rusty thing on there just yet. But I am. So what's nice is I can go from rust to paint or paint to rust. It isn't going to... If it's easier for you, you could just do one and then come back and do the other. Acrylics are really forgiving. I'm just wiping off my brush so I have a little less paint on it. I like having, you guys know this, I like having pre-mixed puddles, and then I'll mix variations of colors from them. I'll start out with just the original colors and just a couple puddles, and then they grow as my painting grows. You could have more than one palette if you're doing the little styrofoam plate thing, or just have a bigger palette. My head still swivels a lot like I'm doing a pet portrait. Probably because I'm talking and I don't want to get too far off.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice that you're here to say mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of scrub. Just kind of get some paint down, loosen up a little bit. I'm gonna grab some of that little yellow. So my general game plan is to get one layer of paint down, even though this is pretty tight. That's pretty tight up here. Can you see that? No, I did the windshield pretty tight. Usually, and then I'll come back and I'll adjust the values and come back with details. I do that pretty much with any painting. I don't know if I do that during the lives as much. When I'm trying to get it done. Like if I'm doing a little chickadee and I want to get it done during the live. Then I just try to crank it out as fast as I can. Well, it's starting to take a little shape. Okay, there's a black thing. What is this?
I don't know. Where are we going?
Thank you.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Did I go too far?
Thank you. Well, maybe I don't want to be that zoomed in. I don't know what that is. I'm kind of scared to put it in. Okay, now I'm going to tell myself I can paint it out if I don't like it. I keep my paint kind of thin. Now don't let that scare you overthink that, even though I overthink absolutely everything. Because it's easier to put more paint on top. So I could cover that with white.
Oh, and you wouldn't see like the thick line underneath.
You won't see the chunky texture.
Yeah.
Makes it easier to change.
Yeah.
Come back with the thick texture at the end. Now you don't have to do it that way. I just think it can make it a little easier. This isn't gray, but I might make this gray. I need a little water.
I have this row and one more row left, and then Maya's little scaredy blanket is done.
Oh, yay.
I do have to tuck in all these strings or whatever, but...
That's covering more than I want it to. I don't want to lose here, maybe I'll just paint in the details so I can see it better. And then we'll come back with the color. So what called my attention was the shadow up here. I think I'll just use brown. Are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at myself because I just thought in my head, because it's a square, it's just like a really big square, because I'll fold it up and like put it under in the sink base cabinet, whatever, that she crawls into when it's storming. And it's cold down there in the basement, but I thought of it as a scaredy square.
It is a scaredy square.
It's a scaredy square. I'm going to put it in her hidey hole for when she gets scared.
Scaredy square, hidey hole.
Yeah, it's good. It's the scaredy square that's gonna go in her hidey hole.
Sounds funny. You're so nice. I just like, Freckles is laying on an old zip-up jacket of mine that's kind of rolled, and then an old towel that's rolled in another direction so she can cinnamon roll inside of all that, on top of an old t-shirt so she doesn't get fur all over my chair. And then Emily crochets a blanket for her cats. I think Freckles is in the wrong family.
Well, currently there's an old towel in the hidey hole.
Well, yeah, but you're replacing that.
Yeah. Well, I haven't crocheted in a while, and I needed something to crochet. And now my Mango has...
I was trying to say how well you take care of your pets, and I don't.
Oh, yeah. I like them a little bit. But Mango has taken a liking to same thing, like cinnamon rolling in Chase's shorts basket in our closet. So I'm gonna make another. It's not gonna be a scaredy square because she doesn't go in there when she's scared. She just naps in there.
It's a protect the shorts square.
Yeah. and then it's just like it'll be like a flap that will lay over his shorts so she doesn't get them all hairy.
Yeah, that you want clean clothes when you put them on.
What's nice is he's not really like he only has a couple pairs of the like sweatshirty kind of material-y shorts. Most of them are like athletic, slicker, whatever that fabric would be. Shorts, so like the hair doesn't really stick to them, or like, or at least too terribly, you know, for now until I finish it. But I'm trying to crank out Maya's scaredy square so I can make another one.
That's nice of you. I'm gonna take this kind of. Oh gosh, my paints. You know, I get used to. Oh, I guess that doesn't make sense. It's still dry, even though we've had rain. My paints, I keep thinking my paints should last a little longer, and they're drying out on me.
Yeah.
Of course, we haven't had that much rain.
I know, I'm tempted to turn on those sprinklers.
You could if you wanted.
I know. I'll probably turn them on after Mother's Day if we haven't gotten any more weather.
I think it's actually supposed to rain this weekend.
Good.
I'm sure everybody in chat's excited to hear that.
Some people have gotten too much weather lately.
Yes.
And we wish you less weather.
Yes. If you have any questions, I'm sure you would just ask them. Or if you don't want to ask during a live or in a comment that's public, you can... I have a public email listed on my About page. I'm not the fastest. Oh, my knee's stuck and it hurts.
No.
Oh, I've been walking, which is good,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm starting to feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I walked today. I'll do my best. No promises. I did see the lady with the garden flag. So all I'm trying to do, oh, you know what I probably need? So I have like this curved shape and this curved shape, and they're blending together more than I wanted. But then I realized it kind of needs a rusty line. So put that in. Sometimes I feel like detail, like artists are right when they say, you know, paint all the big shapes first, work your whole painting. Although I'm sort of doing that. I've worked on different sections so I can judge the values a little bit, but I also know I can come back and change the values. And work big shapes to small, but sometimes I just feel like putting a little brown rust and working on a little area, and sometimes I feel like, let's make some progress. You can't do it wrong. Try to take some of the pressure off. It's good advice. It's not like it's wrong advice. It's just sometimes your mood shifts a little bit.
Nothing to do with painting.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Did your mood shift?
yeah. I ran to Target yesterday because we still had so much leftover brisket, so I make a bunch of quesadillas and then freeze them or whatever, and Chase can have them whenever, and I typically eat them for like lunch or something.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, driving through the neighborhood, or trying to get out of the neighborhood, there was a man walking a cat.
Oh.
Like a slinky little white and like creamsicle orange kitty.
Oh.
That like, and he like looked like he knew what he was doing. Or the cat did. So like, I feel like he walks that cat often. And I did like a double take. I was like, oh, that's a really skinny small dog. Or like a really like, long skinny dog. And I was like, oh, that's not even a dog, that's a cat.
I've kind of tried that, and they just roll over in pain once I get the harness on.
Yeah, he had harness and everything, and he was just walking. Like, he knew what his job was to do.
I would think
It was so weird. It was so interesting.
a cat would like it if you could just get him to trust
Yeah.
you.
They get to smell all the things.
Well, and keep them away from other critters.
Mm-hmm.
Pick them up if you need to. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
This actually, the shadow, which needs to be darker, blends right into this line, even though they aren't the same thing. I'm really getting into the detail here. Sometimes I'm just happy if I get a little rest in. Let's see if I can.
You itch the scratch because you want to go into the detail so bad.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that might not be everybody's scratch that needs to be itching. Itch that needs to be scratchy. I said it backwards. I can tell I'm starting to get into art brain. I was trying to think of things that I have no idea. Like if I say things that nobody needs to know. Like, don't worry about it if you don't work big shapes to little shapes, literally.
Gravy said, a cat on four-wheeler that rock climbs with its owner. There must be somebody that does that.
Well, you see those cat
That's
videos
so
where they
funny.
surf and stuff, but
Yeah.
I've never seen one in person. It's gone for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I guess I do see them online and stuff, yeah. And, well, not a cat, a dog. There, in Chase's parents' neighborhood, there's a man that rides, like, his bike or something, and he has, like, a portable, like, Bluetooth speaker. So he's, like, kind of blasting tunes and jamming. And then in a backpack that looks like almost like one of those little Camelback water packs.
I saw one at the grocery store, yeah.
He has the dog on his back, and the dog, like, just like the cat, like, they know what's up, because his little front paws on like the owner's right side, and he's just like enjoying the breeze blowing through his ears. It's so funny.
So when I was grocery shopping last week, so I'm going to go tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
There was a young man, and he had a cute square backpack on and a little white chihuahua in it with lots of mesh windows. Really cute, but I'm like, no pets allowed, I thought. Unless it's a service dog, but maybe that's not true anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
I was like, you have your dog in the grocery store, sir.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him. I'm like, sir.
Well, I assume because it's all contained, they're not going to probably kick him out,
Well, it didn't bother me at all. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like,
There's
what's
a
he
dog.
doing here?
There's a dog.
Yeah, whereas I feel like you start getting to the gray area of, like, okay, if the dog's on a leash, then dog can, like, lunge at people more. 'Cause those chihuahuas sometimes be feisty.
Well, and it didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely, speaking of animals that know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so another story, which it's not that weird, but when I used to walk at the mall with my friend during the winter inside, this older couple came every time we were there. And they had a double stroller, but it was all sealed up, so they could have both their little dogs in the stroller, and they strolled them around the mall while they walked.
That's so funny.
It was really cute. But then I was thinking then, too, like, dogs indoors.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm old, so maybe that's not a thing anymore. No shoes, no shirt, no service, no pets allowed,
Mm-hmm.
But maybe it's because I'm 50.
Well, I assume it's because, again, they're fully, like, if that dog's going to poop, it's going to poop in its little carrier,
Yeah, I know, but it was funny.
It's funny. Yeah. I've seen those baby strollers that people have their animals in, too.
I mean, it's very cute.
Mm-hmm. Or I've seen those bubble backpacks for cats. But I don't think Mango or Maya would be interested in those, especially not Maya. Because we had the kind of good thing we had to get rid of those old cat carriers that we initially got for the apartment because they like collapse fully or whatever. They're like they literally like a duffel bag almost, but cat carrier has little windows and mesh and whatever. But good thing we had to get rid of those and get a hard case because, I mean, we would always put Maya in first because she's the hardest fighter when it comes to like that, whereas Mang kind of gives up faster. And so, but while we're getting Mango in the carrier, Maya's just doing like somersaults in the mesh carrier. And since it's not a hard case, she's just rolling around. And then the carrier's rolling around and she's trying to get out.
Oh, I know. I mean, both funny, cute, and oh. We got off on a tangent with pets. Hopefully nobody had any.
Debbie said that they are considered emotional support animals now. I wonder if they can get in with that then.
The light bulb has been turned on. Thank you. I bet you that's what it is. And is Debbie the one in the UK who should be sleeping?
No.
Oh.
That is Janet. Debbie.
Janet. I was going to yell at Debbie to go to bed.
I guess you could also still yell at Debbie to go to bed.
I could. Young lady?
Yeah, go to bed at, well, I guess it's 7, almost 7 here. I don't know what.
Yeah, it depends on where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just doesn't look so good in the beginning. Or whatever. Yeah, I'd call this beginning. There is a lighter rim there, so I don't want to forget that. But it does go darker. This actually needs to go lighter here and more orange. Just kind of use a dirty white. I'm not going to put in every little, I mean, I'll be tempted to, but I'm not going to put in every little piece of rust. I'm trying to decide, those kind of blend. Maybe if I just leave an edge. Grab just a little bit of white. Oh, that's more white than I want, or lighter than I want. It may be okay when it dries darker, or I may have to come back and glaze it. I think it's going to be okay. Also, I'm making it dirtier as I brush it. Oops, I don't know if I'm doing a good job of showing my palette.
Oh, I don't need to. I was going to get out my little baby scissors. I can swipe your scissors. I finished the blankie.
Yay. It's a good thing you don't get paid because you're doing other work on the job.
Hey, I can multitask.
Yes, you can.
I'm a good multitasker.
I'm not so great at it. I need to get my bird feeder out. I don't know if you guys could hear, but there's a cardinal outside my window. It's out. I have a hard time sticking it into the rocks and through the landscaping stuff. So I might be doing this too far in advance, but I'm sticking in some weird stuff. But right now, I'm on top of it, and none of it looks that great to me. Maybe I should look. Oh, it's
Over
okay.
there.
It's okay. I just looked at your laptop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks good. You're painting you're getting your...
I'm getting my colors in.
Yeah, your colors in.
Just make some decisions so I can make more.
Okay.
A little white. I don't want to go white just yet. Grab a little more white. That's kind of thick. I should be careful.
Let's see. Gravy says, let's see. This is a safe space, LO. Usually online, the no pets, service dog, ESA, emotional support animal topic is a touchy subject.
Oh, is it really?
Why? why. I mean, everyone should, if you need that, you need that. What I like is my freshman year of college, they did start allowing them in college dorms. So a couple of my friends had, they only allowed certain, like you couldn't have a dog though. It was like bunnies and cats were allowed. So I had friends that had cats in the dorms and I was like, girl, I want to come visit your cat, please. One of my friends had a bunny.
I didn't remember that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I've seen videos of people getting harassed for it, which is awful. But because, like, they're like, you need to show paperwork, and they don't need to, that kind of thing. But that's, yes, of course, like.
I'm so glad somebody told me, because I would never thought of it. You know, that's what scares me about being live on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, but you did not say that
I
one should have a dog.
But someone could misunderstand, and I've just hurt their feelings, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, no.
Like, oh, I'm going to cry.
No, you did not.
No, I know. But I appreciate the person who said that, and also, Gravy, thanks for letting me know that that's a touchy subject. I didn't realize.
Yeah, I didn't realize either. I just figured, you're allowed to have the service animal, and they're there. Let's see. Oh, Gravy also says the only benefit we get if we are renting a home that's no pets allowed, they must be a service animal in order to go in, and they must be a service animal in order to go into a business. That is nice. I've also seen that they technically, like if you live in an apartment and you have a service animal, they cannot charge you for said service animal.
Oh. Yeah, that does seem stinky. Like you need it. And
yeah, you need it, and then you're being charged for it.
You still gotta pay for it all the time. Yeah.
Imagine if they if you upcharge someone for needing like a wheelchair accessible apartment or something, that would be just as awful. And Debbie says, used to be a process to get your dog qualified for a service animal program. Now you can get a form from your doctor to sign. Oh, that's nice. Saying your pet must be with you for your emotional well-being. Oh, that's awesome.
I love the chat. You're the best. I learn stuff all the time. Thank you. When I know better, I do better. I'm getting stuck in the minutia. Look at I grabbed my little.
Yeah, you are. You got your little one.
Oh, yeah, I doubt. Well, I guess I'll say it since I said and you guys are wondering what I was going to say. I've been getting a couple comments lately that people are like, is there a step-by-step for this painting? And it'll be like my zebra painting. Mm-hmm. And they just don't get that it's a big painting plus it's me. I don't just knock it out.
Mm-hmm. It's a big painting and it's made by Annie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that doesn't matter.
I know. I just like that. That's like an extra layer of the
problem.
Yes. That's funny.
Yeah, well, that's one thing about the lives is. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say. It was around that point of some sort of, there aren't I don't know how many step-by-steps we have. Some of the lives are all step-by-step. Some of them, a lot of times I've pre-painted the background. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many we have because we actually have we have 470 videos. We have quite a few videos. Some of the smaller paintings are step-by-step. When I retire, I could just do YouTube. Then we tried the part 1, part 2, and then nobody watched the part 2s. We could try it again. Down the road, maybe.
I mean, I know I've said it to you, and I've probably said it on live, is I think down the road.
Down the road?
Down the road. Like, you got to go a mile, and then you're going to take a left, and then that could be like an option for if we ever did like a membership type thing,
See, I don't think I want to do that, but I didn't want to do YouTube because I didn't want to say something that hurts people's feelings.
Yeah, but I could see like if enough people are asking for it, you're like, maybe,
True, I might.
Then it's just like we do one painting, we do one painting, start to finish, like film it, just go live.
Just work on it till we're done.
Yep. You can go as slow as you want, you can go as fast as you want. Yeah.
course, I think I might, I don't know. Yeah, I think we're not there yet. But I'm like, wouldn't I drive them nuts when I bounce around because I just get in the mood?
Oh,
You know?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I could get more systematic about it.
That'd be like, yeah, and that could just be also like a bridge we think about and cross if we ever do that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because that is something. Yeah, you do poke at one thing and then you paint it out and then you repaint it in and then you paint it out and then you paint it back in and then.
I don't get it right the first time.
Yeah, eventually it's the final painting, so it would be a hard to paint along potentially, but I don't know. It might not bother people because maybe, I don't know. That was just thinking out loud.
That's true. I don't know. I really don't know. When I'm not painting, when I'm not working full time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long I'll go. I always said I would retire at 55, which I didn't. The pandemic kind of retired me.
Mm-hmm.
I was winding down, but, and then I was just going to be an artist till I couldn't do it anymore. But that's full time. Oh, my brush is too wet, and I really need to stop. When I talk, the other thing too is if I can stop talking, but I feel like I need to be a hostess.
You can stop talking.
I know it. I know it, but I don't do it. Because the hostess overrides what I know.
You're the hostess with the mostess.
Yeah. So it's got to be some sort of ingrained training. But I might do it more orderly too. If that makes sense. If I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't tell how that looks. Oh, it's not great, but it's decent.
I think it's your layer one, you know?
Oh, I know, but I'm like, I am 6 inches from it. I'm at the point where I want to step back.
Yeah, you want your cup of tea.
And I want to get the values closer, but I don't want to get them too close yet because I don't know how dark I want this area.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of playing a little bit. So this is really thin white, which will dry darker. You could use zinc white. You might like that a little better. It has a different texture. But then you don't have to use as much water. Is that better? Cute blanket, Em.
I held it up when you tried to look.
Oh no, I was looking at you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were maybe trying to look at my computer and I held it up in the way.
Huh.
The scaredy square is done. I just need to tuck all their little strings in.
I like the scaredy square.
The scaredy square. I could even do the scaredy triangle, you know?
How far does that go? That's pretty much to there. So rust. I'm painting rust. I think it needs to be browner. More brown. I had improper color grammar. I don't know why that made me laugh. Okay, and then it's funny, I tell myself that the rust doesn't have to be just like the rust on the truck, and I'm painting it like it's a pet portrait.
Yeah, that's somebody's pet car that they're gonna recognize that the rust spots aren't right.
Well, I think what it is since I'm talking and I'm not totally focused, it helps me feel a little safer.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Safer seems like a strange way to describe it, but that might be, I don't know, that might be accurate.
Yeah. It's more in your comfort zone.
Yeah, I have too many things going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing my black line.
When I need to look up, I've ignored chat because I'm tucking strings in. Let's see.
I think that's kind of fun. You can just blob in the rust. I'm going to take this little 1/8 inch, and I'm wobbly tonight, and reinforce my black. Oh, I was wobbly and not enough paint. So that's what's nice about acrylic is my headlight over here is pretty much dry, so I can just anchor my wrist, or you could use like a stick, broom handle. They call them mall sticks, and to anchor your hand off the painting. But really, you only need to do that for oil paintings, or if you have a wet area. I think those headlights are going to be neat when they're done.
I think let's see. Gravy said that the big debate is just the people bringing in the pets in the stores, and then if they go like potty in the store and then leave that potty mess behind.
Yeah, I don't see that happening in the little cute backpack I saw.
That'll absorb it all. Yeah.
I mean, it might happen if the poor dog can't hold it, but it's going to happen in the backpack.
Yeah.
Most people don't want to go where they're confined to. I don't know why I had to say that.
And then let's see what else.
I just have to clarify things because it's just me and Emily on this end.
Yeah. Debbie says, I designed a little die of an old truck that I make simple ornaments from, or for my art omaha collection.
Yes. Now, Debbie wasn't syncing with me.
Well, you don't have your chat open, so you can't see little Debbie's name with Debbie's little icon.
Yeah, I couldn't. Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds cool.
That's cool.
I've got the right Debbie in my head.
It's 2 by 3 inches. I cut them out of heavy chipboard and paint them. You just have to have so many
she has so many
bibs and bobs of things hanging around.
Yeah, tools.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of hand skills.
Yeah,
hand coordination.
That's so cool.
That's very cool. That reminds me of Emily a little bit. I mean, you don't have that many things going, but.
Well, yeah, just like, I mean, your office is mostly like full of paint and things to paint and like of that nature, and it's like canvas. I guess you do have the wood boards and panels and whatever, but like it's all paint related. And then
you've got everything.
The paint, I've got the clay, I've got the yarn, I've got
I think that's great.
Yeah.
We talked about that before, but I think that's also why you picked up crocheting. One, it made sense to your noodle more than knitting, but 2, you have so many skills.
Yeah, once I'm done with my scaredy squares, whoever suggested cat toys, I'm going to kind of do that. Because then I can make wonky shapes. And I mean, if I just shove catnip in it, the girls will play with it no matter how ugly it looks.
I feel like that was Suzanne.
I think that might have been Suzanne. There were quite a few people talking crochet with me last week.
Yeah, that was helpful. You took over my life.
I did. I've done that once or twice. I remember I had the cookie issue, and people were giving me, like what makes a cookie a moist cookie, or like a, more bready cookie. That was funny.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm glad you laughed. I'm glad you understood that I was just poking at you.
Well, I figure me talking gives your brain time to think to paint.
It does. It does. I appreciate it. I can stop.
So I just forcibly subject everybody to my comments in order to help you.
It does. Thank you. You're my favorite daughter.
I'm your only daughter.
You are my only daughter.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to be my favorite, though, just because you're my own.
True.
Okay, I need to turn this to get that line, so I think I'm just not going to do it. Go ahead. What was your O?
I saw a funny post online that was just like some girl tweeted it or something, I don't know. And it was a picture of a Michaels and a picture of a Joann's or whatever. And she was like, I just love to think that Michael and Joanne were a married couple that wanted to make a mega art store. And then one late night with like wine and discussion of what's going to be in their store, they disagreed on like how much fabric they would carry and like, is sewing important? And then they broke up and now they each have their own respective art stores.
That's a lot.
I know. And I was like, oh, that is deep. But also it is like Michael and Joanne, two people.
It is.
It's Michael's, like it belongs to Michael, and it's Joanne's, it belongs to Joanne.
Oh.
So they totally could have been.
Could have been.
And that also makes me think of which I think I've said before, like a long time ago, the Cutie, the little Clementine story, that was owned by a married couple, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
divorced, and one of them got the name Cutie, and one of them got the strain of Clementine that they had, like, perfected together or whatever in the divorce. So that then now Halo, the little Clementines, those are technically, like, the original Cutie strain, and Cuties is now a different strain from when they first started, like, you know, when you first saw them in grocery stores, like, I don't know, 8 years ago.
Time flies.
I know.
I'm just putting in some of the blue. That's too light. But am I getting too far off course? No.
No.
Oh, you
got
always
plenty
give
of
me
room.
way more than I say
Yeah.
I'm going to paint. You know me. You know I
You tend to stray, yeah.
I do. I
You
just
do.
paint things that call my attention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's really weird or...
And then all of a sudden I look up and I'm like, oh, geez, she's off frame, so.
Yeah.
Try to give you, but then it's like also sometimes it's not perfect because I still try to get closer so you can see what's happening.
I need to come back. That's probably dry over there. Go back to the left. So what's nice about this, and the reason I wanted to do it, because I'm like, oh yeah, I want to use my sky color as some of the blue paint left on the truck because it'll help tie in my background. And I put a little blue, oh, can you see that? Yeah, you can see that. I put a little blue-gray down here, which isn't quite the color in the reference photo, to help tie in my painting. Easy little, I want to call it a trick, and I feel like that's, I don't know, not the right word. Easy little thing to do. And limit your palette. I usually don't use that many colors. Sometimes they're primaries, and I'll mix a lot of colors, but that still will unify it. Have it make more sense. I think it's harder if you line up 12 colors to unify your painting. Just do 3 and mix them. It'll work better for you. In general, nothing's a hard, fast rule in art. Oh, that dried so dark. Let's put that back in. Nothing's a super hard, fast rule in art.
I keep holding up the scaredy square like it's going to look any different after I tuck in one single string.
You're stepping away from it like it's a painting. I would do that. Okay, I probably want a dry brush to put in some of the... Actually, I probably want a little bit more color, too. I've got streaky. Maybe I'll just kind of put some paint down and then let the texture of the canvas... So one thing nice is I could use the texture of the canvas as rust texture. So dry brush just means you wring the water out of your brush and get it as dry as possible. And then heavy body paint can be a little easier, but you can do it with the regular Liquitex basic. You just take it, the consistency it is out of the tube. So stop looking at the reference photo so much and just get some more value in there.
Well, I wonder if Chase went to Costco.
Oh.
He had mentioned going to Costco tonight. And then I was sad that he was going to go without me. And then he's like, well, make a list. And I'm like, you don't make a list for Costco. You just walk down every aisle of Costco and you let the things find you.
Oh, you impulse buy?
Yeah, because they also don't always carry the same stuff, you know?
I've not been. I've been in a Costco once ages ago. I've never shopped it.
You've never experienced the true Costco.
When it first came to Omaha, we were thinking about getting a membership. Oh, your phone heard something?
My watch heard me say you don't experience the real Costco. Anyway, continue.
And we decided we didn't want, at that time, it's been decades.
Yeah.
We didn't want this super mega pack of toilet paper and all this stuff sitting in our basement. Mm-hmm. We still had kids and toys and, and I haven't been back. Probably should go back. I'd probably love it. Grab my little green gray here.
Yeah, we swiped the Costco membership. Chase's parents have one, so we'll go with like one of his parents, and then, they get us the super secret access.
That's nice.
But yeah, I mean, I guess like, you know, toilet paper, paper towel are the one things I can be assured that they're going to have. And then they're good about, like, I guess the muffins they always have, or their bagels, that kind of stuff. But
Oh, they have some good food. I've had people that get pies. And...
yeah, I love Costco's food. But anything that I want, like the packaged little snacks and things, those ever change. So
I do paint around the side. I just can't see it. I think I painted some. I don't know if that's going to get in. I'm just going to do a quick flash and hope that makes it, because it's the delay. I think that's starting to look a little better. It needs some rust on it, but...
I missed your flash.
Oh, if it even worked? I did too. I didn't remember to look.
Here, I'll rewind, like...
Was it a really bad flash? I do think it was, the more I'm looking at the minutia of this, I think it was a blue truck. And I don't know what kind of truck. It has a covered short back bed. I don't know. I was thinking maybe milk truck, but it's not tall enough, like an old milk truck. Not that I've seen one in my day, but...
Oh yeah, I kind of got in there. Yep.
Like on Andy Griffith or...
Ooh, Debbie asks, what is the most opaque? Gravy says good flash. Okay. Debbie says, what's the most opaque green in the tube for acrylics?
Oh, don't know. I mix most of my greens. Emily, would you go grab my Hooker's green?
Yeah.
If you can find it, that might be challenging.
Yeah.
It's going to be on the second shelf from the bottom.
My hips are cracking.
Second
shelf. Oh, it's right here.
Of course, it's gonna depend too. So when I only buy Liquitex because I'm used to most of their colors, and I can get the caps off. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the box is filled, so it's opaque. There it tells you the color numbers. I don't know if you can see it. PG7, PBK9, and PY. Oh geez, 74. But sometimes, like if you get it in the heavy body or vice versa, one of them might be semi-transparent or transparent. The formulations change. So the short answer is I don't know the answer. And check the bottles. If it's a craft paint, I don't know if they tell you. They might. I don't know anything about, some of the craft paints we've talked about are pretty darn good, I think, but I don't know anything about them. So hopefully it helps a smidge. Read the bottle. Or Google. You might be able to Google. Like if you like a brand, you might, or look on the company's website too. They might. Golden's real good about giving you information. I don't know. So hopefully some of those comments help a little bit. I'm just putting a little bit of water in this color because it's really starting to dry up. But if I catch it soon enough, sometimes I can kind of wake up what's skinning over. Eventually, I'll just have to start a new palette if it all gets too sticky. I tend to have quite transparent greens because I mix them from a semi-transparent yellow and a semi-transparent blue. This phthalo blue-green shade is completely transparent. The box is open. That drives some people nuts. When I'm used to it, I like it. So then what drives me nuts is if I buy a new yellow and I don't realize it's opaque. And I'm like, what? It's kind of all in what you're used to. I like how I use whole paragraph to say I don't know.
The cliff notes of that is, I don't know.
I don't know.
She says, I will look for that one. I have to go to the city tomorrow and might try to go by Michael's.
Yeah, I haven't tried the Artist Loft much. I don't know if I would think that they have some of that on there too, some of that information. Because they're trying to compete with like Liquitex and Golden. This bothers me in here, but I think I just need to stop painting and figure out what I want to do with this part there. So yeah, I'm going to paint over stuff, and you know what I might do? I probably can't show you because I just put a bunch of wet paint down. Is I might get a palette knife out to get some skipping. Because basically this could be rust and we could call it done. I could come in with like little dabs to try and get some specks. But I also don't know what the values, right? I don't know if I can get a palette knife. Here, maybe we could do a little palette knife over there.
Do you want me to get one?
No, I've got one.
Okay.
I mean, I just don't know if I can do it at an angle. And this is a number 20 from Blick Art Materials. I really like it because I have little palettes. I also really like this one. On occasion, if I use a much bigger palette for mixing. That one's a Liquitex Freestyle. But I also like because they have different edges on them. Okay. That actually, though, that doesn't have a different edge. I'm just having a brain glitch. Okay, let's try this. Oh, that my paints are drying up. I think I'm going to have to mix a new palette. That's drying up. They're just getting a little cranky. All right, so I'm just going to flatten a little on the bottom of my knife. And it's not going to go exactly where I want it to go. Oh yeah, see that? I think that makes nice rust. And it might be too soon and I might paint over it because I want to paint my whole painting first. But I think this will be fun to come back. Let's go side to side and then see if we can get it down. I might need more paint. That's going to make fun rust.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I thought to show that. You had to wait for the whole live for maybe one of the better tips. It's always an adventure. Does that sell it, Em, if I say it like that? Say it in that tone.
Yeah.
Adventure painting with Annie. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. I just don't know if I'm ready for it
Paint
yet.
your own adventure instead of choose your own adventure.
But that's a good thing to show live for those who like the step-by-step stuff.
Yeah, so those that stuck around an hour and a half.
Oh, has it been that long?
Yeah, you have 3 minutes. And
I have 2 minutes on my watch. Is there anything? Oh, I was going to work up here. I'm going to do a little bit of that and call it good for tonight.
Okay.
So really, I suppose in theory you want to work almost light to dark if you want to put the rust on top. But here, now I'm going to, had another thought. Wash my brush out. Let's do it the other way. Oh, geez, everything's drying. You would think it was the middle of the winter. Okay, I just don't want it white because I'm saving my white for my highlights. I could, if it's too light, I can come back and glaze over the texture and I won't lose the texture. And that's where I like that transparent paint. I like layers. I like taking a lot of time to paint something because I enjoy it.
Like an onion. They have layers.
Like an onion, yeah. Okay, so let's go this way. Is that light enough and you can see it? Maybe not. Okay, so I'm going to wipe it off on my paper towel because I have too much. Just kind of load up. Oh, got to load it up. There, it's not completely. Hopefully you can see some of that. That's good. So you can go the other direction. Oh, there we go. Still not quite light enough. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of white. See if I can get it to show up a little bit better on camera. Nope. Oh, come off my palette. This is why it was insane that I was doing pet portraits with palette knife painting. It takes even more patience and time. There. Ah, then I had a good skip and I covered it. Oh, darn. Yeah, let's scrape some of it out. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know how well that's showing up. But I think that's what's going to be fun about this one. It might be texture overload. And I'll have to come back and paint some of it out. We don't want to make you cry when you look at my painting. Because it hurts your eyes.
Oh, Debbie's is better than an onion. Debbie said a parfait has layers too.
Oh, I like a parfait.
Yeah.
Well, I just enjoy
Less
it.
stink.
And then once the painting starts developing, I start liking it, then I don't want, it's like a good book. I don't want it to end. And then I'm a little frustrated when I start another one. You know, and it's a challenge, which I enjoy. And then I get excited when it starts to come together. And then I keep doing it to myself over and over again. Okay, Emily, there's no rush. I'm just getting the... Does anybody have any more questions or comments or... I love hanging out with you guys. I love it that you come to work with me. I can't thank you enough. I appreciate it so much.
Gravy says, my layers are usually happy accidents since it's because I change my mind.
Me too. Me too. I just make some decisions and then I make new decisions. Like I think I painted these rungs these are 3 layers. And then I'm like, ooh, I like it. I think if I put the rest on top, we're good. Yeah, I do that.
Mandy says, love how it's coming along. Can't wait to see the final results.
Well, thank you for coming and thank you for your kind words.
Marty said, I missed. Sad face. Yeah, you just
Oh, hey,
got
Marty.
here.
I did a little demo of palette knife. I don't know how close it is, how well you can see it for the rust. I think that'll be nice. This rust. I painted with a brush. You can really do it either way, and I just used the texture of the canvas. Ah! Artie fell over.
Artie.
Don't fall over, Artie.
Marty says, I love it.
Thanks for coming. There'll be a full video, too. You know, or you could just have the live on the background. There's no pressure to do any of it, ever. We just like hanging out with you. So, Emma, are we done?
I think that's
Oh, here, I
now.
could pull up the chat and just look at everybody
Yeah, you
quick.
could. Yeah. Give everyone a wave.
Oh, it says something went wrong. Oh, probably.
Oh, because you never started it.
I probably closed it. Oh, I
you
see
never
Marty.
started it.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for joining us. I don't know how my ending goes because my brain is fried.
Thanks so much. I'm trying to think of editing all those videos. Thanks so much.
Here, I'll just go. I super appreciate all your support. Great, big, happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.